Morning.
Morning. That went well. Morning.
Morning.
We've been a bit slack on the video front. Our last 24 hours on Mull was a little bit different.
We woke up on Saturday morning. What day are we on today? No, Friday morning. And the skies had opened. A storm had hit Fidden Farm Beach, so we had to move on.
Yeah, they'd lost power, they'd lost water, so we were always moving on anyway to catch our ferry on Saturday morning. So we went back up to Craigmuir and found a lovely little campsite to just hunker down. It got all the luxuries.
Yep, and it was right on the harbour front, so we could sit and watch the boats, which did start running again in the afternoon, so that was good.
So then on Saturday morning, we had an early leave from the campsite, but it was possibly the shortest journey to the ferry port ever. It was like 2 minutes.
We could see the parking spot from where we were camping.
And it cleared up really nicely for the crossing. It was, it looked like it was going to be horrible.
Yeah, it was beautiful. We got some really lovely photos, and just as we were coming into Oban Harbour, we saw 3 dolphins dancing around and playing in front of the ferry, so that was amazing.
So then we headed for one of our favourite places, Glen Coe and Rannoch Moor.
Yes, this is, we're in Glen Etive at the moment, which is just off Rannoch Moor, and this area is just one of my home from homes. I love coming up and just driving over the moors and seeing all the mountains appear, the trees, and some blue sky today.
It was great, and we just indulged ourselves in photography and spent the day heading up and down the valley, following the light, shooting pictures that we'd taken lots and lots of times before, but in different light conditions.
very expensive looking, very posh, brand new overlander. He could tell you more about it.
It was just sheer van porn. It was like a big Mercedes truck, €250,000, can travel the world. And I have had a promise from Jackie that if we win the lottery, that's first on the shopping list. It was, proper old van porn for anyone who likes their overlanders. And then we headed to like an old favourite. We popped into the Clackaig Inn, which is an iconic mountain pub, just for a pint at lunchtime.
Yeah, we were going to have some food, but they're on a limited menu at the moment because of staffing shortages. So we had some chips, we had a pint, and off we went again.
And then we spent the night on Rannoch Moor. It was, I'd like to say it was peaceful. I'd like to say, well, it was deserted. It certainly wasn't peaceful. It was blowing an absolute hoolie.
It was fab. It was absolutely chucking it down. But it just means it's a van day for me. So I got the bed out, I got Netflix on, I think I watched about 6 hours of TV, which we've not done for weeks and weeks. And I got the wine out, it was ace.
It was just dead cosy.
It was cosy.
So then, talking of the King House, we popped in there this morning, and it's a brilliant hotel. It's very posh, but it also is pretty committed to helping out people on the Highland Way. Yeah,
so it's got public showers and toilets that the campers can use that are walking the Highland Way. So for £1 each you can have a shower. It's nice and clean. Stock up with water again.
The only disappointment is they do generally have deer dropping in, but I think at this time of year, with it being rutting season, they've got the thoughts on other things and are perhaps not popping in to see the humans down at the King's House.
I did shout at Richard this morning at 6:30 because I could hear the stags roaring, but they didn't come anywhere close.
So now we're down in Glen Etive, which is just off Glen Coe, and it's probably one of the most isolated places that we visit in Scotland.
It's a 12-mile drive down a single track road. You do get cars for the first 6 miles because somewhere along there is a James Bond viewing point that he sits in his posh Aston Martin.
Yeah, we've come right down to the end of Glen Etive. There's no signal, there's nothing down here, and we've just ready for 24 hours of splendid isolation, doing very little. Probably catch up on some words, some writing, some blogging.
Edit some photos. No Netflix because there's no signal, so I can't watch any TV. But that's okay. I've got lots of books to read.
So that's us. Hopefully, we should be able to pop clips in around this, and it makes sense for what we've been doing over the last 48 hours.
Yeah. Bye.